Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me as I review the Yardistry greenhouse from Costco. Here is an A to Z review of this product and I am going to get right into it to make it short and sweet. So the most important aspect of this process was deciding where to put the structure. We chose the south wall of the house because it has the most sun throughout the day and into the evening hours. It was also the worst developed area of our yard, so it made total sense just to enhance that area and put the greenhouse there. The ground was not level. We have a sloped yard and we had a dying rose bush. As you see right there, my husband and my brother are trying to cut it down and take it out from the roots. I was also working with them trying to clean. You see the plastic bags there. I was trying to clear all my perennial plants and put them into those bags so I can plant them on the on either side of the greenhouse after we finish installing. So we had to clear and clean and level and compact the ground in this area. It took 3 people and 9 hours to do all that work. Also, let's talk cost to put things into perspective here. We paid $1,500 for the greenhouse from Costco, taxes not included, another $600 for materials, plus tax, total was $2,300. We did not need to buy or rent any tools. Most of the tools came from my brother, and we had a few of our own. Now, the materials that we needed were green turf, white marble chips, 15 bags of stones, different sizes, 9 bags of sand, 4 of the 4 by 4, 8 feet long posts, 4 shelf brackets, wood sealant, weed barrier, screws and metal brackets and drill bits, accessories for inside the greenhouse and seeds and plants and things like that. Um, you're going to see in a minute, it took actually 3 hours to put the foundation together from A to Z. Here, my brother and I are trying to measure those posts to make sure that they are the right size because the greenhouse was almost 8 by 7 feet. Um, so we're trying to build that foundation based on the instructions. We use very long and heavy duty screws and also metal brackets to attach this structure together. As you see in the picture here, we made some holes into the wood and then put the screws in and attached the corners with the heavy duty metal brackets. As I mentioned earlier, the structure is almost 8 by 7 feet, but the description does not specify what type of wood it is, but it says that it's made of high quality materials. It also says that it has double layered UV protective polycarbonate windows throughout that are fade resistant. Basically, it took 16 hours for us to build this structure. We had some missing pieces. We contacted customer service. They were really quick. They asked us for details of the missing pieces. They also asked us to provide pictures to prove the case. And once everything was provided, it took less than a week for us to receive the missing pieces. Also, as I opened the boxes, I laid down all the pieces according to their numbers on the ground in our backyard. And you'll see that in a second. That actually expedited the process. After we put the wood foundation on the ground, the first thing we did was put weed barrier underneath, then the sand, then the stones, then the pavers, and then the green turf. And here we are with 28 hours, 3 people, and $2,300 later. Okay, I am finally ready to give you guys a tour. So we are almost a month into this process. We've installed this greenhouse a month ago. Here we are inside the greenhouse. There are a few things that we did, few changes we made. Look, I have 2 rows of shelves in here. Well, this was the shorter shelf that they gave us. Look, it stops right here because it was a shorter shelf, and this was the longer shelf. And I used both the shorter shelf and the longer shelf on this one side because I have more sun coming into the greenhouse from this side of the greenhouse, and I wanted to leave an area of the bench. So I left this corner of the bench as my work area, and then I have this area here to house my seedlings, and then this area here also to house my seedlings. Then after I thought about it, I'm like, I don't have enough room, so I'm gonna need more shelves. And then I went to the Home Depot and made these shelves myself. So of course, not only by myself, because my husband is always there to help. Let's move to the door wall, and I wanted to take advantage of every wall in this space, and the door wall was really something that took me a while to think like what I'm gonna do with this wall, because there is really not much wood space to work with. So I went shopping at Hobby Lobby and I found these wall mount plant holders, and I put a piece of wood just to be able to screw their bottom, because they're actually not as tall as this wall here, so I needed to do something. So I put this piece of wood, I screwed it from the outside with the large screw in here, and then here is another screw to this side, so it will enable me to screw these onto that piece of wood. And it's real, look, I'm shaking it so hard, it's really sturdy, it doesn't move from its place. Also, I had these solar lights. These are like for top of the posts, and I just had created a project in the front yard with a couple of posts, and I had put these lights on top of the post. So I had 4 actually sitting in my basement in their box, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna use them here. So I was not able to screw them anywhere, so what I did is I just put a piece of jute in here, and I threaded that inside and knotted to this plant holder. And same on the other side, threaded the jute inside and just knotted it on from both sides. And now I have lights during the night. Also, I had a couple extra, so I just put a couple of holes in there, and same jute rope, thread that in there. Same on this side. Here's another one with a zip tie up here. Also, I wanted to show you, just to preserve the surfaces, I went to Costco and I brought these boxes. Now, you know, these boxes are like free, you take and go. So I brought 13 of these boxes just to preserve my surfaces. So I put my planters inside. All the planters are sitting inside these Costco boxes. Also, all the planters that you see in here came from previous year's plants. So I did not go to the store and buy any of these planters. All these planters I've been saving for years for this greenhouse, because I can't believe how expensive it will be to buy all these little containers today. But I've had these, and with their holders, these are the holders that when you go buy these planters, they come in these holders, and I've been saving those for a couple years now, and that's how we have all these free planters. I have some extras left here to use if I want to plant some more, and there you have it. I still don't know what to do with the area at the bottom here. It just feels like a wasted area, so I'm just gonna think of what to do with that in the future. Not to say that this is perfect by any means, because there's still a lot to do, but look at how everything is growing in here. It's so miraculous. So the watercress is actually doing the best in here, and yeah, I'm loving it so far. Um, I wanted to address a couple things in terms of the structure and how we put the structure together. A lot of people pointed out that this adhesive here does not work, and I totally agree. When we installed this, we did not put the adhesive the way the instruction indicated. It's because a lot of people indicated that this adhesive, it just peels within a couple days, and sure enough, we tested it and it peels within a couple days. So what we are going to do right now is actually we're just going to silicone all these different corners, and as is, the water doesn't come through these openings. It's not, and it does not actually seep inside the polycarbonate screening. But just to make it, you know, that's the first month, and we don't know as they age what's going to happen to them. Also, I don't think this material here has anything to do with cedar. Look at what happened to this. Before I put this lining, this is a Costco lining that I used inside my kitchen cabinets, and after this started peeling like that, so I figured, you know what, this isn't gonna last for years if I don't preserve it. Because that started happening, we went and bought this water guard. It's a wood sealer, clear wood sealer, obviously that's what it says. And we are going to seal all the bench all around, actually even the walls inside and out, with this sealer to protect it from peeling like that. So the other element that was tricky with this installation is, can you see it? Is this automatic window opener. So this is supposed to have some kind of automatic adjustment that is sensitive to the temperature that's inside this greenhouse, and as the temperature rises, this thing should automatically open to air out this room. However, the first one we installed, I think it was damaged, so the customer service were actually great. Like, they immediately replaced it. And the second one, when the second one came in, I said, I'm gonna approach this a little bit differently. So what I did is I left this part inside the greenhouse for a couple days. I watched how it opened and closed and make sure that it's working. So it was, after I made sure that it's working, it's opening when the room is so hot and it's closing when the room is in a good temperature for it. So that's when I installed it. And I didn't install it when it was closed. I waited until it opened up fully, and that's when I installed it. And I needed my husband's help for that because one of us had to hold that window open up, and that's how we put the screws on. And now this one works perfectly fine. I'm so happy with it. It opens automatically, closes automatically, and there is no leak, there is no water seeping through. The other tricky part with this was this chain. So they told you to put the chain only with the screw. That doesn't work. So I put this washer and then the screw just to hold it, and this one also works perfectly fine, and you can just make it open like that. Now let's talk about the flooring. The way other people did the flooring was just to put the rocks. So I put those rocks, and underneath the rocks, I'm going to show you some pictures of how I did this, but underneath the rocks, I put those old pavers that we had. These are very old. They're probably 20, 30 years old. They were in the house when we came in, and I did not throw them away. I said, I'm going to need them one day, and hey, I needed them today for this greenhouse. So all I did, I used in the middle is all these old pavers, and just on the sides, I have the rocks. And then I went to Costco and I bought this synthetic green turf. So this actually makes it feel like I am in the yard, and it just gives me that outdoor feeling. So that's why I love this. It's also It's also porous, so it actually drains the water out. Like I said, I don't think this greenhouse is cedar like they mentioned, although when you buy it, when you open the box, you're gonna be very impressed that it smells so much like cedar. Like within a couple of hours after installation, that great smell of cedar goes away, just to let you know. For now, this is how my greenhouse looks. I love everything I've done in here, and that's all I have for you. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, turn the notification bell on so you can receive future video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.